Samantala, sa harap naman ang pinalakas na kampanya ng pamahalaan kontra iligal na droga, itinatayo na ngayon ng isang malaking drug rehabilitation center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay sa Nueva Ecija. Sa oras na matapos ito, inaasahang kaya nitong mag-rehabilitate ng nasa 10,000 pasyente. Ang pagpapatayo ng naturang rehab center, eksklusibong nasilip ng aming team. Narito ang report ni Julius de Samburon.
Ongoing na ang pagpapatayo ng rehabilitation center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay sa Palayan City, Nueva Ecija. Eksklusibong nasaksihan ng PTV News ang paggawa sa rehab center pati ang pagdadala ng mga materyales. Ito mismo ang construction site ng tinaguriang mega rehab center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay. Ayon sa mga ulat, sakaling matapos ito ay makakapag-accommodate ito ng 10,000 pasyente. Ang pagtatayo nito ay batay na din sa naging kautusan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte na magkaroon ng mga rehab centers ang bawat military bases. Batay sa mga naunang pahayag ng Pangulo, katuwang ng bansa na magtatayo nito ang bansang China. Sa pinakahuling congressional hearing naman, sinabi ng mga tauhan ng Department of Health na ang konstruksyong ito ay tugon sa maigting na pangangailangan kasabay ng kampanya kontra iligal na droga. Para naman kay 7th Infantry Division spokesperson Catherine Hapin Hubas, malaki ang maitutulong o kontribusyon ng maitatayong rehab center na ito.
Of course, ang rehab center, maganda naman yung purpose nito, no? Ang aim nito ay to lessen, of course, those and help yung mga naging drug dependents. Mababawasan nito yung violence, of course, yung mga lawless na mga ginagawa ng mga tao. And marami na yung makakalaya mula dun sa pagka-dependent nila sa drugs.
Agosto nang magsimula ang konstruksyon ng rehab center at tinatayak nasa 10 ektaryang lupain ang inalat dito sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay.
Kami ay nagbigay ng lupa dito sa loob ng kampo. Kami ay mag-aalat din ng dagdag na seguridad para sa pasilidad na ito.
Sa datos ng Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, aabot na sa 3.7 milyon ang drug users. Higit 30,000 ang inaasahang sasailalim sa inpatient treatment. Umaasa naman si Health Assistant Secretary Elmer Punzalan na sa buong bansa ay makakamit ang target na magkakaroon ng at least isang drug rehabilitation center kada probinsya. Ilang rehabilitation centers din ang nakatakdang itayo sa lalawigan ng Bohol at Capiz. May inilaan din naman ang DOH na 5 milyong piso para sa bawat regional hospital at treatment rehab centers na gagamitin sa early facilitation ng mga drug surrenderies. Sa pakikipagtulungan ng 7th Infantry Division kasama sina Seron Robles at Joel Kawile, para sa PTV News, Julius de Samburon, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija.
Higpit ang Department of Social Welfare and Development sa pagmomonitor ng kanilang mga relief goods. Yan ay para hindi na maulit yung pagkabulok gaya na nangyari sa Dumaguete. Ang problema pa, sako-sakong expired na pagkain na ibinaon sa dam site, doon po, sa Dumaguete, hinukay ng mga residente para kainin. At yan ang tinutukan ni Bernadette Reyes.
Kalkal dito, kalkal doon. Abalang-abala mga nangangalakal sa dump site na ito sa Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental. Pero hindi lang basura mapapakinabangan ang kanilang kinukuha, kundi pagkain. Sako-sakong dilata at noodles ang nakuha nila dito. Lahat expired. Bahagi ito na tinatayang humigit kumulang 170,000 pesos na halaga ng bigas, kape, noodles at delata na binaon ng DSWD Negros Island Region sa dump site matapos mapag-alaman na expired o bulok na ang mga ito noon pang Hunyo.
Akong mga anak, wala na ko bakan
Biyaya ito kung ituring ng mga tulad ni Aling Jocelyn na halos wala na raw makain sa araw-araw. Kahit daw expired, laman tiyan pa rin daw ito. Git ng DSWD Negros Island Region, sinunod daw nila ang proseso sa tamang disposal ng mga expired na relief goods. Kwento ng operator ng payloader na nagbaon nito,
dito na ko ligsan tong mga...
Sa bahaging ito ng dump site niya hinulog sa hukay ang mga expired na relief goods. Paulit-ulit pa raw niya itong kinayod at ginulungan. Humingi na paumanhin si DSWD Secretary Judy Tagiwalo dahil nasayang ang mga relief goods.
I apologize to the public kasi kahit na yung expiration hindi sa panahon ko, ako ngayon yung kalihim, I'll take responsibility for whatever errors or mistakes the department does. Aaralin namin ngayon kung ano ang accountability ng mga staff namin.
Siniguro ng kalihim na gagawin nila ang lahat para hindi na ito maulit. Mas paigtingin pa raw nila ang ginagawang buwanang monitoring at inventory ng mga preposition goods. Ang mga produkto mapag-aalamang mag-expire na sa loob ng 3 buwan, ipamamahagi na sa pamamagitan ng mga feeding program. Pinaalalahanan din niya mga tao na huwag nang hukayin pa ang mga binaong expired na relief goods dahil delikadong makalason ito.
Kaya nga natin bineri kasi nga it will cost more kapag magkakasakit sila.
Bernadette Reyes, Nakatutok, 24 Oras.
Delikado ito. Dagat yung pupunta sa atin. Yun nga, minuto lang. Naririnig ko na dito sa kusina namin pumapasok na yung malakas na tubig.
Kita ko kasi. Tapos, within seconds lang, tumaas siya. Tapos nung palieg na, sabi ko sa kanila, eto na. Sabi ko, hanggang dito na lang tayo. So, nag-attempt kaming lumabas. Na flashed out kami lahat. So hindi na kami nagkita-kita.
Pagdating ng 5:30, nakisigawan na yung mga tao, yung mga lalaki na naiwan sa kanilang mga bahay. Yun, sabi nila, ma'am, lumabas na kayo dyan kasi malaki na daw yung tubig. Hindi namin alam kasi nakasara lahat. Yung lahat. Nang buksan namin tong pinto, yun, wala. Rumagasok na talaga yung malaking tubig.
Ang pagkasakag, baw. Tungkol dito mga trasis. Ano ba, walang pagkasaka. Ano ba, namamanaman mga truso. Kasi hindi lilibot ba. Ano ba, walang papakasakay, kaya naroon natin sa rayo.
From 7:30 to 11. Kami nakababad kami sa dagat. Nang humupa na yung tubig, wala nang bahay dito. Nakikita mo dito, wala na. Lahat ganito na lang.
Kasama doon ang bungbong nagkakabugto. Bagang binubombahan.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon of November 7, on the eve of the disaster, the President of the Philippines sent to Tacloban 2 members of his cabinet and announced that Typhoon Yolanda would hit Tacloban sometime noon of November 8th between 12 and 2. But because of this wrong information, many Taclobanons lost their lives.
November 8, wala kami kaanap kay bigla mo ng pagdating ng hangin. Except mga anak ko siya mga 6 o'clock, tapos mga 8 usog na hindoro. Wala kami kaanap kay bigla man pagkuan sa hangin.
Yung mga 6, malakas na yung hangin, natanggal na yung bahay ng tiya niya doon.
Mga alas 7 ng umaga, sabi ng Kapitana, tubig. Nagsitakbo ang mga tao dito sa loob. Wala na, panic na, wala na. Kaya ako naman, pumasok ko ng kwarto. Siya pumasok din si misis ko. Katapos lumabas.
Kalakasan po ng hangin, tatrap po kami dito kasi bigla pong yung tubig, biglang dumating sa amin at tumaas bigla.
Nang buksan namin tong pinto, yun, wala. Rumagasok na talaga yung malaking tubig.
Dagan kami diri sa barangay hall, tapos abot na sa barangay hall, ang tubig, paspas nga nagtaas ba. Ito kami sa ibabaw, kupot kami sa steel bar, ang dili kami mapalit sa hangin.
Hanggang dito na kaagad. Nagsilitawan na yung bigas namin, yung upuan namin, yung mga cabinet namin na tumba na lahat. So wala na kami nagawa, kundi sabi ng asawa ko, punta tayo sa bubong.
At natrap kami dito, may mga kasama akong 3 baby, sa buntis, tatanda, bata. Bale, po kami dito, 10 kami sa loob, natrap. Kaya in-observe ko kung tatas pa po ang tubig, kaya sinira ko na yung kesame. Para second option, mapasok kami sa taas, sisirain ko na rin yung bubong. Para doon kami mag-stay sa taas.
Kasi nasira na ito, wala na. Yung isa patay na dyan, nahulugan ng yung kesame.
biglang lumalim kagad dito. Inano ko yung mga anak ko. Tinanggal ko yung kisame kasi nagsisitanggalan naman yun sa lakas ng hangin. Pinunta ko doon sa loob.
Nagkwento lang sa akin yung anak ko. Siyang na iwan sa baba. Kasi malakas ng tubig, hindi na siya magano. Ayun, yung apo ko na pag ganun nahulog, kinabol niya.
Nasa top na kami yung tubig hanggang bewang pa, magpas pa. Kasi yung nyug na yan hindi yan nakita. Hindi mo makita yan, wala yan. Wala, hindi mo makita yung nyug yan. Yung makikita yung medyo mataas-taas lang, yung matayog-tayog na nyug. Yung lang makikita mo yung ulo, yung bunga na lang yung makikita mo.
Umalo ng pangatlo. Patay, tinudol kami ng umano yung bumira sa amin, yung 3 puno ng nyug.
Yung bumigay na yung bahay, yung foundation niya, so nadala na siya ng agos.
Tapos napansin namin, parang yung namin, yung bahay, gumagano na, parang mabagsak na. Akala namin, tumataas lang talaga yung tubig. Hindi pala, yung bahay namin collapse na.
Bigla na lang nawasak agad yung pinalalagyan namin.
Ubos kami lahat, nasira kasi yung division eh.
Nagkumpangalak ng babi, panganay ako. Pagkapot, kuwara, mga kapot kayo mo, kusa naman ng tubig. Kaya mo, mamatay lot ako. Maubos lahat kayo, maubos.
Naglanguyan na kami. Tapos yung hangin, sobrang lakas. Hindi mo matiis yung ulan na parang tumutusok sa balat mo. Na parang kumahampas talaga sa samahan pa ng tubig, yung mga kahoy, gili parang yero.
Inakyat ko na naman sila sa beam. Yung beam na pa, ganun doon. Doon sila nakatungtong na.
Ayun, naghanap na lang kami ng mga bagay na pwede naming mahawakan. Tapos yun, naghiwa-hiwalay na kami, yung mga anak ko naghiwa-hiwalay kami na, wala na. Sabi ko, bahala na lang, iligtas nyo na lang yung mga sarili nyo. Maski hindi nyo kaya makita, basta iligtas nyo yung mga sarili nyo.
Tapos yung anak kong buntis sumigaw. Malulunod na siya, pinuntahan ko, linangoy ko. Napunta siya sa labas at saka yung apo ko. Hinahawakan ko silang dalawa. Na yung liig ko ng malaking punong kahoy, dumaan. Hindi naman ako yung isang kamay ko, yung isa hindi na rin makagalaw. Binitawan ko silang dalawa. Tapos lumubog ako, hindi na ako makaahon. Hindi na ako makaangat kasi kahoy yung nasa ulo ko. Kahit sa pag mga ganun ako, kahoy.
6 na beses ako mapailalim, pag ikapito, lumitaw ako. Hindi ko na alam kung paano yung panganay na anak ng bunso ko.
Doon kami hawak na ng palm niya. So, doon, medyo nagtagal kami doon.
Alas 11, yung tubig bumaba na.
2 minutes lang ata yung tubig eh. Wala akong marinig na, hangin na lang, malakas.
Karoon na lang ako ng malay na ako nandun ako sa tabi ng highway. May tumba na mangga doon. Ang sanga ganun. Mayroon dumaan siguro ng mga basura. Doon din ako nasuksok.
Tapos nakikita namin yung marami na naglilitawan yung mga patay. Yun, hindi na namin talaga pinansin yun.
Iyak ako nang magkaroon ako ng malay doon. Kasi dagat na ito, malalim ito. Wala nang makikitang bahay, puro dagat na ito lahat dito.
This is the first time that anyone in this city or in this region had ever heard of the term storm surge. Nang sabihin nila na may darating daw na bagyo, super typhoon daw, only to my mind, sabi ko, typhoon lang.
Parang bagyo lang, parang ganun. Kung ano nung mga naunang bagyo, parang ganun lang din. Uulan, babaha, ganun lang.
Kami dito lang kami. Kasi madalas na bagyo, hindi naman nangyayari doon ng palakas ng tubig, wala.
Taga-Tacloban, hindi na makakaintindi. Kung baka yung iba, hindi nakapag-aral, hindi makakaintindi ng storm cell. Storm surge.
Paragi ko naririnig yung storm surge. Hindi naman ko kakaintindi niyan. Storm surge na yan.
we were not able to encounter such word storm surge. We encountered that after Super Typhoon Yolanda.
Talagang hindi namin maintindihan yun eh. Pero kung sinabi nila yun na tidal wave o kaya tsunami, siguro alis kami.
Lang, sa balita lang, mayroon storm surge.
Nasa news naman siya. Actually, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before, may mga ganyan naman. But siguro, hindi lang siya naintindihan ng mga tao ano ba yung storm surge. Because that was the first time na talagang narinig ng karamihan.
They were only just telling us that it's a super typhoon and everything, but they did not tell us that there was a storm surge along with it. And what is this storm surge?
The tide receded about 20-30 minutes before the typhoon actually made landfall here in the island of Leyte. That was a phenomenon that took us by surprise.
And that time that they were doing it, the height of the Pag-asa issue, it's not credible, it's not accurate, was on its height. So it affected us. It affected us with our thinking.
This was a phenomenon altogether. Normally when you have storm surges, the tide does not recede. This is quite different. Since Yolanda tipped the scales, it was the most powerful typhoon that made landfall ever. Even though you say 5-meter storm surge or 7-meter storm surge, how far inland is it going to go? You see, so there are people staying 300-400 meters, almost half a kilometer away from the sea, and yet they were hit.
They tried to say that a storm surge is a rising of water up to maybe 5-7 feet. But the water that hit our city went up to 17-20 feet. And that's no storm surge. That is a tidal wave.
We also have to understand that the position and location of Tacloban City is quite different from all the other local government units because we're sort of a cul-de-sac. So we're like the end of the bay, and all this water and all this wind converges to Tacloban City. Because of the terrain and the location of Tacloban City, it actually enhanced the storm. So that's one thing we did not anticipate.
There's no question that Haiyan was one of the largest disasters that we've responded to in recent years. I can think of other ones, the earthquake in Pakistan in 2008, the Asian tsunami, Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004, the Haiti earthquake. They were all disasters of significant proportion that would have required a response like this one. But I think what was unique about the typhoon was that the areas affected were really quite localized.
What made it different was the size, the magnitude of the disaster, as well as the area that was covered. Sometimes you see a very concentrated area after a disaster that's affected. With Typhoon Haiyan, it was so widespread across so many islands and just such a massive region.
But where the typhoon struck, it just left a path of real disaster. So it was as acute as anything I'd ever seen.
It was not just Leyte actually. So Samar, you had Iloilo, you had North Cebu, you had North Negros, Antique, Capiz. So even Palawan. So that Yolanda corridor, we call it.
Frustrating is that the number of casualties that was not revealed. The exact number of casualties was not revealed. We believe that it's 10,000 more.
More than 10,000.
More than 10,000.
Yeah, but on the statistics they said about
6,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
We didn't even have body bags. The Department of Health gave us only 50 such bags for the dead. And there were more than 1,000 that died, almost 2,000. So we had this stench, and because the mayor did not want them to be just lumped together, he said, okay, let us bury them in a shallow grave so that we can unearth and properly identify them.
Damo kami dida. Di ba mati ko mga patisugo kapamilya da. Pagkapamilya.
Purita ni pamilya na.
Oo, nakada ka nakasawa nga ni burod ka pa dito. Mga nga nakado ni member. Sa itong bagyo. Anak ko na nakagya, magbibir dyan to December 26.
Tumulog agad yung luha ko. Pa ano-ano nang kami sa ilalim yung ano ko, sila isa. Wala na, hindi ko na nakita eh. Sigaw na lang ako ng sigaw. Isa, nasaan kayo? Pero si Mariel, yung bunso kong anak na babae, naririnig pa raw niya ako. Naririnig pa nila ako, ang nanay niya. Pero ako, ano na kami ng nyug, wala ko nang makita. Yung ano ko na lang karga, yung panganay na anak ng bunso ko.
Yung anak ko, hindi sumagot. Yung isang, yung katulong ko, yung lalaki, sabi niya, Manutix, yung manang Linda, nawala, pati si Uday, yun lang.
Ita akong 3 years old. Oray ko ba makuan, oray ko ba ma-save kay hindi man ako makara maglangoy. Masakit man hadughan nga. Oray ako nahim.
Sabi ko sa kanila, hanapin nyo. Umabot ng 3 araw ang paghanap sa kanya.
Kita ko. Bali 3 yung nakita ko kagad doon. Mga 1 kilometro na. Mga patay na. Saka 2 apo.
Wala ginatanat niya mga asawa. Na ako nananak, oray na ulo. Oray na ulo ka December na.
Pero nasi ako, Diyos ko, kung kukuhaon mo naman lang kami, nga tanan na la, oray salin ba? Kasi ako, kung may man maibanan itak mga anak, di kito kaya. Bain ba, malurong ako pag pinanminsar.
Ngayon, parang
kulang na. Hindi na gaya nung dati.
Casualty is 11, so yung natira kami na nasa loob ng bahay is 4.
Bali, kasi yung namatay 15, yung natira na lang 3 kong apo. Saka yung anak ko at saka ako. Sa isang adopted ko, tira.
Meron kasi kami malaking table dati dito. Nung hindi pa natutuklap yung bubong, dito kami nagstay sa ilalim ng table. Tapos nung wala nang bubong, punta kami dun sa room na natitira na walang. Tapos kaming nung nanay ko, dun kasi ang room niya, dun na kami inabot sa CR niya. So, yun ang nangyari. Wala lahat. Dito kami inabutan. Flash out.
Last na kayo nagkahiwalay dito.
It's just the people that you don't forget, right? So there were just a lot of blank faces, just people walking around numb.
It was heartbreaking. The scale of the destruction was unbelievable. Everywhere you looked, you saw building debris. There was no building left unscathed. Like a giant had walked through the land and had just crushed everything in his path.
In terms of destruction, so many of the homes and the businesses were closed and destroyed, and people were just all over the streets. And so.
One of the most heartbreaking things that we saw, and this affected me as a dad myself, was to see children on the side of the road holding signs as we were going farther and farther north, saying, "Help us, we need food, we need water." And just the desperation of the villagers. I just can't imagine what it would have been like to actually send your child out to the side of the road to see if people who were passing by on the highway, making our way around the destruction, would actually be able to stop and help.
When people had lost their houses, although they were able to save their lives, they were hungry. They had no more food.
After 3 days, mayroon kaming nakitang truck yan sa karsada doon sa tapat namin na nagde-distribute ng mga tubig, na may mga pail plastics na nakatupi pa, pero lalagyan nila ng tubig. Yun ang parang nakasurvive sa amin dahil masyadong kauhaw, masyadong magutom.
It is only by air that we could get immediate relief. It was the international community who were the first to arrive in Tacloban to help us.
I think the relief started on the 10th of November, 2 days after. Saturday, I think 24 hours after.
The first INGO who came was UNDP, followed by the UNICEF, and then the German, the Save the Children, and all the INGOs that I could not remember. I cannot remember the names, but who came to help us.
The first was to help meet the immediate needs of the survivors. So that would be helping procure or purchase life-saving food like rice, beans, fish, other kinds of emergency supplies like temporary shelters, medical supplies. We were there helping to help meet the psychosocial needs of children through what we call child-friendly spaces.
It was such a large disaster that encompassed a wide geographical area. It made traveling very difficult, right? So just landing in Manila and then transferring to Cebu, that flight was delayed because of the destruction.
Of the scope of the area that actually was affected by this typhoon, it was difficult to reach a number of people.
There were communities that it took several days before aid convoys were actually able to reach them. And it was just partly because of the destruction and the debris on the road.
And most especially when you don't have telecommunications, it's difficult to even be able to communicate where people are.
Obviously, even electricity, all of those things have been knocked out by the typhoon. So even trying to do an appropriate assessment, which is really critical to do a relief delivery, it took longer than it usually does because of those difficulties.
Binigyan kami ng mga biscuits, mineral water, tsaka bigas. Yun ang first time na namin natanggap na tulong.
We are really, really very much thankful for them because since we were left off by our government, they were there to save us.
Yung mga tumulong sa amin sa labas, mga foreigners.
Ibang bansa pa?
Yes. Kung hindi, hindi. Kung hindi yun sila, parang maano na kami dahil nauna sila, may mga trucks, mga Germans yata yun eh.
Mga German?
Yes. Tapos mayroong yung mga intake ng unang nag-ano sa amin, yung chuchi. Yun ang nagbigay sa amin ng hope.
Unang nagpakita yung chuchi pagkatapos sa nangyaring bagyo dito sa Tacloban, hindi lang sa Tacloban area, pati sa Palo at Tanawan, sa out of town na mga lugar.
They were terrific. They prime pumped our economy. They gave from 12,000 to 15,000 per family. Whether you were a victim or not, every family in Tacloban was given that amount. They gave relief goods. Not only that, they paid the cash for work for the clearing of our roads.
Na humingi din sila ng tulong at saka kumuha ng mga trucks para sa paghahakot at paglilinis.
Laki ang aming utang na loob sa mga NGOs, napakabait nila, nakaka-response sila ng mabilis. Mabilis ang response nila sa amin. Napakabilis.
People were lining up, waiting for almost nothing because, you know, they were just lining up wherever there was a line, thinking that there was something at the end of that. But, you know, it was just total chaos.
Considering na the area is parang talagang ground zero at that time, people look for food, for water, and then for their loved ones. Especially this area that, you know, that's where the water came in.
There is really no centralized way of distributing the relief, but when the national DSWD came and get in touch with our city social welfare and the rest of the cluster in the city government, so we have identified first the victims along the evacuation center. So we started there, and the INGOs, they reported usually on the national level.
Siguro yung first na tulong ng galing sa labas, hindi local, kahit yung national, pumasok na mga third week ng November na yun. Kahit lahat tanungin mo dito, wala pa silang natanggap na galing sa national. Galing talaga sa national. Yung DSWD namigay ng food reliefs lang yun. Pero kung tulong na cash grants, housing materials na sinasabi sa national news na namimigay na hindi yung totoo.
Hindi kami pwede maghakot ngayon, umuulan. Mababasa ang diba? And there was a storm, Zoraida, in between. There's this rain. And by the way, why were there not more trucks? Because the trucks were in Bohol. The trucks were in Zamboanga. I mean, this is not the only thing, as if nothing else is happening in the rest of the country. There was something in northern Luzon. And this is not the only place where Yolanda hit.
So it was centralized first here in the Balyuan, and then it's the national DSWD. So the city government just augment in the trucks and the army in bringing those donations. And I think they have implemented a one-stop shop wherein all the donations course through the DSWD.
Later, very much later on, the Department of Social Welfare and Development Office in Manila sent money for cash for work. That's it, trying to clear the surroundings.
I think even the national government was not prepared for a disaster like this, and it was completely new to them, especially addressing a city like Tacloban, which is a capital city.
They came much later than what we would have expected, knowing as they did that there was going to be such a horrendous typhoon.
In fact, it was their fault. Soldiers should have been coming in a week before that typhoon, and then taking care of the people. Yeah, because the local government can only do as much.
We were practically begging our fellow Taclobanons to come with us, ride in the vehicle sent by the mayor, bring them to the evacuation center. But most of the heads of families whom we talked to refused to leave their houses.
Typhoon Yolanda, Typhoon Haiyan was already considered Category 5. The national government should have taken over.
National government had the resources. They could have helped us until now.
All I'm saying lang is, put it in the context. Kulang bang pagkain? Yes. Pero, tingnan ninyo. I mean, are we sitting around, or are we, are the trucks working or the trucks parked? All the trucks are out. We're waiting for them to come back, we load. In the meantime, we're packing, family pack, so that when the trucks come, we load, it goes out. But World Food Program, UN, ask them. Don't take it from me. You might think it's government propaganda.
World Vision Canada, so our part of the World Vision Partnership, we raised about $8.5 million from Canadians. And then we received grants from the Canadian government as well. So the total amount that went to emergency relief was $14 million around. Those funds didn't stop there. They also have gone into the longer-term rehabilitation as we've worked with communities to help them rebuild.
With the generosity of individual Canadians and corporations and local and provincial governments across the country, the Canadian Red Cross was able to raise over $47 million for the Philippines relief. We take accountability very seriously. We're accountable to our donors, we're accountable to our beneficiaries. And we try as much as possible to ensure that as much of the money that is being donated goes directly to the survivors of the disaster.
All in all, we raised approximately $365,500 during our Typhoon Haiyan campaign.
About the monetary donation from international around the world, it was estimated $80 billion financial assistance. Had it really reached the people of Tacloban?
Well, I think you can ask the people directly because they were supposedly the recipients. And I think most of them will tell you that they were quite saddened because they did not feel that they have received such an amount.
Here in my barangay. So that is why some of my people are asking where is that donations, because they heard from television, they can see in television, they heard in the radio that most foreign countries have helped the Philippines through the national government.
Yun nga rin bilang kapitan dito, bilang barangay captain, yun din ang mga tinatanong namin kahit yung mga ibang kapitan dito sa Tacloban. Ni isang business wala pa kaming naramdaman na tulong na naabot dito sa amin. Nasaan yan?
Hindi mo masasabi na tumulong o hindi tumulong. Parang hindi mo rin maramdam Hindi mo maramdam na tinulungan ka
I couldn't remember the country that came here, the representative from, I don't know what country is that, because they have donated $1 billion.
So hindi naman tayo sigurado kung ano man ang nangyayari, pero yung sigurado kami na malaki ang naitulong ng ibang bansa dito sa Tacloban.
Where is it now? I don't know. Where did you give? Is it international? Is it in the local?
We saw lots of bananas, of fresh bananas, and then potatoes that were just rotting. While other people like us, we didn't have anything to eat.
Access actually is talagang pahirapan. So, tapos ito pa yung bureaucracy, di ba? Kailangan may lista, kailangan nakarehistro, mga ganyan-ganyan. So,
for those rotten, we haven't received any report on that. Okay? And as far as the donations, cash donations, we're very transparent. We have the treasurer, city treasurer office, who can give you the donations. But these are direct donations to the local government unit.
Kaya pero sa tulong lang, tumutulong din ng gobyerno pero hindi direct to the point. Parang may paikot lang o parang ito dito sa DSW dadaan na.
Kung ako yung tatanungin mo at that time, dapat dumiretso na. Kasi wala kang documentation sa'yo. We don't have that capacity. We don't have the resources anymore.
It's very difficult also for the local government to monitor all of that. And many of the aid were handled by international communities and the international NGOs together with the United Nations and World Food Program.
It was actually, of course, with the security, mas kailangan siyang dumaan. Later, maybe probably because we really need some documentations.
It was quite chaotic and they had some problems there, big problems there. And it was difficult for us to monitor. And yes, I heard also about those footages about dumping and all that. And
Because they are rotten or something.
yes, you know, so they also had problems. And
So it did occur. It did happen.
oh yeah, yeah, it did occur.
Ang haba-haba yung panahon. Kasi may kasi napopolitiko doon yung airport, parang hinaharang yung Tacloban lang. Doon bumabagsak yung mga goods para dito. Yun naman, so ang goods ang para Palo, nahaharang ng Tacloban, hindi na nakakaabot ng Palo. Doon na sa Tacloban yung nabibigay lahat ng relief. Oh.
Kaya yung mga nasa Palo, yun ang unang natulungan dahil kumbaga may sila, may combine na. Kumbaga kabinete. Nandun yung kabinete, kumbaga tutulungan talaga yan nila dyan. Pero ito kumbaga yung parang political labanan kaya hindi masyadong natulungan.
Hindi ko ito personal na nakita at saka na pero lumabas ito sa mga balibalita, sa mga na tumulong, humingi daw ng tulong umiiyak pa si Mayor Romualdez sa Manila para dito. Ang sabi daw ni yung naging right hand ni Pinoy. I remember that you are a Romualdez and he is an Aquino.
Imagine what a flimsy reason. You are a Romualdez, you are the son of your father, and your father is the brother of the wife of the mortal enemy of the family of the president. My God. Mayor Alfred was only 3 years old when Marcos became president. What has he to do with that kind of reasoning?
Mundo pa ba'y may buhay? Para bang naglaho na ang mga kulay? Di ko na madinig ang tinig. Para bang naglaho na ang himig? Ano kayang daratnan? Unti-unting naglalaho ang paroroonan. Di ko na makita ang daan. At para bang wala nang dahilan. Na bang katapusan? Unti-unting nababaon sa kahirapan. Di ko na madama ang saya.
Ambot nga ni, di pa kami maaram. Kay baga waray pa man kami baga kakanya kung ano inin baga saan pa kami kakukuha. Di gad kami nagmamadali. And amon na kung para namang sabtang kung saan kami kukuha ng dinhikuha. Waray pa ito.
Kaya kinahanglan na ipapabuhi ko nga baga pagkaharuhay sa pagkabutang ni kami tinamalay ni baga kami nagbuwan suka din hinga pinaiwas kami din kasi mato kayo nagtindid to. mag-uol na yung kabutanan ng buga.
Dati sa barangay 74 Lower Tula, yung hindi pa nagbabagyo, doon kami nakatira. Pag bagyo na ano kami sa sa Litihay. Doon muna kami nagtira. Mga 4 months at 2 months. Tapos ang walang bahay, yun na, napunta kami dito sa bunkhouse.
Siyempre po, mahirap. Mahirap naman po. Gusto na nga po namin na sana i-relocate na po kami.
Ako kay member man ako ang purpose, ang nagsiring hamon nga irurulikit daw kuno kami nga ha may tagpuro ada kunyo kawayan so goodbye ton. Waray man confirm kun pera pa. Pero ano siring ni okay baga waray pa man kuno relocation so dito.
Hindi ko po alam pero sana po meron pa po kasi siyempre nahihirapan din kami lalo na yung 2 kong anak maliliit pa. Tapos pag malakas yung ulan, pumapasok na rin yung tubig.
Pag mahangin tapos umuulan, malakas ang hangin, maano ang mga maingay. Maingay yung mga yero. Tapos yung makapato pa. Pag natutulog kami dito, atras kami ng atras kasi sinusundan kami ng tulog.
Ngayon, tag-init, hindi kami yan pumapasok lang kami pag nagbibihis, ganyan. Tapos pag may kinukuha na bagay dun sa loob, dito lang kami sa labas. Ang maubusan ng hininga sa loob pag matagal ka doon mag-standby.
Nagkuka na lista la mula pero hinsigon nga pag andam ka mo nga sugad igbabalhin na kami sugad to.
Ito nga lista.
Ito nga kanan yun habitat mga kuan sugad hito mga lista kanan GME diri wari kami to nga GME kay wari kami to kadara kay tuluman anak kanan DSWD
Pwede po.
Oo,
Kakanya po ito nga panlistahe.
Maiha naman to sige naman ito lista liwat.
Wala pa.
Wala pa.
Kasi sabi-sabi lang mayroon pero wala naman.
Waray partit gobyerno, waray man na buligid gobyerno hamon. Het mga tao din, waray man na buligid baga gobyerno gud amon din hit.
Kami din 3 years daw kuno kay walay pa man dito mga balay.
Kaya walang matitirihan kaya nagtayo ulit kahit konti lang, kahit maliit lang na bahay.
Tapos yung bahay dito, yung kahit tubig nga binibili namin. Gripo binibili namin. Pagkain mahal.
Kasi we have 2,500 plus families. Ang nasa temporary shelter, which is the transitional houses, 184 families pa lang. Yung iba nakapagpatayo na ng makeshift, barong-barong, oo. Yung iba nasa bunk houses. More than 400 families nasa bunk houses. Merong yung mga transitional houses, mga NGO din, yung sinasabing Operation Compassion at saka yung Operation Blessing, sila ang nag-provide ng mga bahay kubo sa North. Wala kami natatanggap na tulong from the national government. Yung natatandaan ko lang na tulong ng national government from BIFAR, yung mga plywood na binigay para sa mangingisda, paano nilang may tatayo ng plywood lang? So malaking porsyento pa ang kailangang trabahuin para mailipat ang buong barangay.
Over 1 million homes were destroyed, and we know that takes a while to rebuild. Not everyone has those resources to rebuild immediately.
53,000 homes were damaged in the city of Tacloban alone. 30,000 totally damaged, 23,000 partially damaged. How can you build more than 50,000 houses in this period of time? 4 months later, Secretary Rojas here and gave the mayor a check for 230 million pesos. But that was not for people. It was for infrastructure. And according to auditing rules, you cannot use it for something else, but for the purpose for which it was budgeted and given. There are still 800 families living in tents in our city. 9 months living in a tent. It is intolerable. And you know why they don't like to live? Because for as long as you're a tent dweller, they'll be given houses. That is why they insist on living in the tents.
It's my understanding that a lot of the poor people actually have their homes are in areas within the Philippines that are already unstable to begin with. So they may be in low-lying areas where a lot of people don't want to construct their homes. And if that's an area that's free and available for these people to move into, then they would move into that area. However, that puts them at risk for floods, for typhoons, and other natural disasters.
We have to relocate about 14,500 families. So that's about 55,000 people, close to about 70,000. And we're moving them to a much safer area. Our target in the next 2 months is that probably all of the 900 families living in tents will be relocated now to temporary or transitional homes. And then we continually are building the approximately about 14,500 permanent homes.
It's not simply about going in and building a house. It's about training. It's about training specialists, training the carpenters and the masons, and providing the necessary training to build homes that can withstand future disasters.
There will be massive construction all over Leyte, and not just Leyte, all the other high-end affected areas. So there will be a big demand on carpenters, on painters, on plumbers, electricians, and masons.
The project we got here is it's a 4-classroom building. We've been working on it for about a month. NMCB 1, Naval Mobile Construction Battalion 1, they were the ones who came out here first, and they originally started the project. They got everything laid out. We have here about 15 United States Navy Seabees, along with 15 Filipino Army, and 8 personnel from the Filipino Air Force, as well as about 8 civilian stucco plasterers.
You can meet those emergency needs, basically helping people get the food that they need, clean water to kind of get through the emergency phase. But it's also really important to invest in helping them rebuild their lives.
Livelihoods were lost, right? So people weren't going back to work. It's going to take a while to really get back into a regular routine.
We need projects for livelihood, teaching them skills, and after completed the skills training program, capital in order to set up their own businesses.
We very soon realized that if you really want to create lasting transformation, you needed to create and build an environment where people can begin to aspire. Because when you're poor, poverty robs you of that.
9 months na, mahirap naman talaga. Mag-asa lang tayo sa gobyerno na wala.
Ay kay, da mo pwede din kung may pakabuhi. So, So, dito, riba, kaya wala man ito pagkabuhi. Yung pagkakarpenter niya, hindi pa na, kasi pagkakarpenter niya, minsan lang kung may nagpapatrabaho. O wala, tambay.
Yung iba dito na anuhan ng livelihood, pero kami wala. Yung mga mangingisda daw, yung titinda ng isda, yung mga fish vendor.
Wala, ganun, maihan naman itong livelihood nga maging pinamulat o pa man kami itong makakuha ng livelihood. Nasa rin daw ko nung mangungot para gamit.
Yung hintay lang naman namin na kung magbibigay naman sila ng pera, sana magbigay na. Kasi yung financial namin mahirap. Mahirap talaga kasi yung hanap buhay dito. Pag wala kang lupa, hindi ka makakagtanim. Paano ka makakahanap buhay pag wala kang pera?
Yung tulong ba, yung kahit konting puhunan lang, yung hindi kami mangungutang, yun ang gusto namin. Kasi mahirap talaga, mahirap mag-umpisa. Lalo na ako 5 anak ko.
Sana naman kung magbibigay sila ng mga livelihood, sana naman talaga yung naapektuhan sa Yolanda, yung nagka-wash out talaga.
Many, while still waiting for safe permanent shelters, they already started to rebuild their lives. For families who actually lost loved ones, it is still a painful reminder. I visited Tanawan last November 8. Some people called it first year anniversary, first year celebration, but it was really a day of remembrance, no? Of those who perished. And they built a memorial, a wall, where they actually listed 1,300 because in that place 1,300 perished. So they had all the names there. And then you go through the list, you will see repetition of almost the same family names, at least 2 or 3, some even as high as 12. It was almost like the whole clan was lost. I cannot even begin to imagine the pain that those who survived went through.
Immediately, it became apparent that this was going to be a long-term recovery plan. You're looking at years in recovery because of the magnitude of Typhoon Haiyan and the impact it had on over 16 million people.
We already have submitted the master plan to the office of the president. It's a master plan. And the long-term plan is for the next 5 years. The mid-term plan will reach from 1 year to 2 years. The immediate is now.
Included with that is not only livelihood, but most people here rely on employment. So since businesses are coming back, so most of them are getting their jobs back. So that's a big help. It brings back now their purchasing power. So.
The Philippines is top 3 most vulnerable, hazardous place because we face the Pacific. So we are in the top 3 with Japan and the other island countries. So whether we like it or not, this thing will happen again.
Kung sino ang pwedeng may mga mabusilak na puso, matulungan din kami dito. Hindi lang sa immaterial, cash or ano, na mapagsabihin din yung gobyerno namin na ang tulong namin para sa kanila, huwag nyo nang pakialaman. Kasi kung pakikialaman nyo to, hindi makakarating sa kanila eh. So, yung pakiusap ko na lang ganun sana. Tulungan kami, nagagalit na lang kami kasi dahil alam namin tutulong at tutulong kayo. May mga puso kayong tumulong sa mga mahihirap, sa mga nasalanta. Yung problema namin dito, ang gobyerno namin, walang pusong tumulong.
Sana po ay makarating sa ating government na nag-aaway-away na lang sila, hindi matapos-tapos. Pagkatapos ng isang issue, meron pang issue, hindi pa nagagawa. Paano po maano yan? Kami na lang sana ang intindihin yung mga tao, kawawa naman.
Mag-uusap talaga, yung parang hindi na lang ba muna politikang pairalim ba, yung tulong lang muna. Matagal na sana, marami nang baka siguro wala pang namamatay sa gutom noon.
Sana sa may mga kalamidad na dumating na ganito, maging handa naman ang gobyerno. Yun lang. Tsaka huwag na tayong magtulungan na lang para sa ikabubuti naman ng ating Hindi yung kasi nakikita ko ngayon, bangayan ang bangayan. Walang keso ganito, ganyan. Ba't hindi tayo magkaisa?
Well, I don't know if there will ever come a time in the future when the nation will ever forget Yolanda. It was one of those moments where it brought the whole country to its core.
They call it resilience, but I call it faith. And because of faith, they were able to stand up and, move on. And there's a brighter future here. And taking negative things, converting them to positive, and really preparing the next generation now to climate adaptation.
I'm confident that we'll continue to be able to rebuild, and it's a privilege to be part of the partnership in rebuilding that's already underway. I think there's great things in store for those communities that were affected. They will build back better.
It's one of those really rare moments when an event brings a nation together to see his countrymen as family, as friend.
I was always amazed by how close-knit the Filipino community was. They took great strength in each other, in their community. They took strength in their faith, in their church. Just these things that brought people together was really quite remarkable.
And it's a beautiful thing to experience. And the people in the Philippines and the survivors, they had so much strength and so much hope, and you only wish that you would have the same if it were to happen to you. Keep rebuilding, keep that passion, keep that fire, keep that strength going, and keep working together.
Kahit na ilang beses tayong nadapa, kahit na anong dilubyong dumating sa atin, basta tayo ay magkasama-sama, tayo ay may pagtiwala sa sarili at may tiwala sa Panginoon. Hindi malabong mangyari na uunlad pa rin tayo. Iisipin lang natin is kaya natin gawin lahat ng ating gusto.
Bangon, Tacloban, huwag kang papatalo. Kahit kaano pang lakas ng bagyo, punas ang mga luha at putik sa mukha mo. Higpitan mo lang ang hawak, tayo ay tatayo. Bangon sa bagong kinabukasan. Tatagan mo lang ang loob mo, kaibigan. Tayo ay babangon sa takbo ng panahon. Bangon, aking Tacloban. Iisa ang aking hiling at panalangin, hustisya sa mga biktima ay sana'y tinggin. Habang tayo'y nagkakaisa sa puso't damdamin, hindi tayo matitibag kahit anong hangin. Bangon sa bagong kinabukasan, tatagan mo lang ang loob mo, kaibigan. Tayo ay babangon sa takbo ng panahon. Bangon, aking Tacloban.
Delikado ito. Dagat yung pupunta sa atin. Yun nga, minuto lang. Naririnig ko na dito sa kusina namin pumapasok na yung malakas na tubig.
Kita ko kasi. Tapos, within seconds lang, tumaas siya. Tapos nung paliig na, sabi ko sa kanila, eto na. Sabi ko, hanggang dito na lang tayo. So nag-attempt kaming lumabas, na flashed out kami lahat. So hindi na kami nagkita-kita.
Pagdating ng 5:30, nakisigawan na yung mga tao, yung mga lalaki na naiwan sa kanilang mga bahay. Yun, sabi nila, ma'am, lumabas na kayo dyan kasi malaki na daw yung tubig. Hindi namin alam kasi nakasara lahat. Yung lahat. Nang buksan namin tong pinto, yun, wala. Rumagaso na talaga yung malaking tubig.
Ang pagkasakit, baw. Tungkol dito mga trasis. Ano ba, walang pagkasaka. Ano ba, namamanaman ng mga truso. Kasi hindi nilibot ba. Ano ba, walang papakasakay, kaya naroon natin sa rayo.
From 7:30 to 11, kami nakababad kami sa dagat. Nang humupa na yung tubig, wala nang bahay. Nakikita mo dito, wala na. Lahat ganito na lang.
Kasama doon ang bungbong nagkakabugto. Bagang binubombahan.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon of November 7, on the eve of the disaster, the President of the Philippines sent to Tacloban 2 members of his cabinet and announced that Typhoon Yolanda would hit Tacloban sometime noon of November 8th between 12 and 2. But because of this wrong information, many Taclobanons lost their lives.
November 8, wala kami kaandam kay bigla man ang pagdating ng hangin. Eksakto mga 6 o'clock. Tapos mga 8, usog na hindoro. Wala kami kaandam kay bigla man pagkuan sa hangin.
Yung mga 6, malakas na yung hangin, natanggal na yung bahay ng tiya niya doon.
Mga alas 7 ng umaga, sabi ng Kapitana, tubig. Nagsitakbo ang mga tao dito sa loob. Wala, nagpanik na, wala na. Eh ako naman, pumasok ko ng kwarto. Siya pumasok din misis ko. Katapos lumabas.
Kalakasan po ng hangin, tatrap po kami dito kasi bigla pong yung tubig biglang dumating sa amin at tumaas bigla.
Nang buksan namin tong pinto, yun, wala na. Rumagaso na talaga yung malaking tubig.
Dagan kami diri sa barangay hall, tapos abot na sa barangay hall, ang tubig, paspas nga nagtaas ba. Ito kami sa ibabaw, kupot kami sa steel bar, ang dili kami mapalit sa hangin.
Hanggang dito na kaagad. Nagsilitawan na yung bigas namin, yung upuan namin, yung mga cabinet namin na tumba na lahat. So wala na kami nagawa, kundi sabi ng asawa ko, punta tayo sa bubong.
natrap kami dito. May mga kasama akong 3 baby, isang buntis, matatanda, bata. Bale, ano po kami dito, 10 kami sa loob, natrap. Kaya in-observe ko kung tatas pa po ang tubig, kaya sinira ko na yung kesame. Para second option, mapasok kami sa taas, sisirain ko na rin yung bubong. Para doon kami mag-stay sa taas.
Kasi nasira na ito, wala na. Yung isa patay na dyan, no? Nahulugan ng yung kesame.
Biglang lumalim ka agad dito. Inano ko yung mga anak ko. Tinanggal ko yung kisame kasi nagsisitanggalan naman yun sa lakas ng hangin. Pinunta ko doon sa loob.
Nagkwento lang sa akin yung anak ko. Siyang na iwan sa baba. Kasi malakas ng tubig, hindi na siya magano. Ayun, yung apo ko na pag ganun nahulog, hinabol niya.
Nasa top na kami yung tubig hanggang bewang pa. Magpas pa kasi yung nyug na yan hindi yan nakita. Wala, hindi mo makita yan, wala yan. Wala, hindi mo makita yung makikita yung medyo mataas-taas lang yung
ng mga drug surrenderies. Sa pakikipagtulungan ng 7th Infantry Division kasama sina Seron Robles at Joel Cawile para sa PTV News, Julius de Samboron, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija.
Higpit ang Department of Social Welfare and Development sa pagmomonitor ng kanilang mga relief goods. Yan ay para hindi na maulit yung pagkabulok gaya na nangyari sa Dumaguete. Ang problema pa, sako-sakong expired na pagkain na ibinaon sa dam site, doon po, sa Dumaguete, hinukay ng mga residente para kainin. At yan ang tinutukan ni Bernadette Reyes.
Kalkal dito, kalkal doon. Abalang-abala mga nangangalakal sa dump site na ito sa Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental. Pero hindi lang basura mapapakinabangan ng kanilang kinukuha, kundi pagkain. Sako-sakong dilata at noodles ang nakuha nila dito. Lahat expired. Bahagi ito na tinatayang humigit kumulang 170,000 pesos na halaga ng bigas, kape, noodles at delata na binaon ng DSWD Negros Island Region sa dump site matapos mapag-alaman na expired o bulok na ang mga ito noon pang Hunyo.
Akong mga anak, wala na ko bakan
Biyaya ito kung ituring ng mga tulad ni Aling Jocelyn na halos wala na raw makain sa araw-araw. Kahit daw expired, laman tiyan pa rin daw ito. Git ng DSWD Negros Island Region, sinunod daw nila ang proseso sa tamang disposal ng mga expired na relief goods. Kwento ng operator ng payloader na nagbaon nito,
dito na ko ligsan tong mga...
sa bahaging ito ng dump site niya hinulog sa hukay ang mga expired na relief goods. Paulit-ulit pa raw niya itong kinayod at ginulungan. Humingi ng paumanhin si DSWD Secretary Judy Tagiwalo dahil nasayang ang mga relief goods.
I apologize to the public kasi kahit na yung expiration hindi sa panahon ko, ako ngayon yung kalihim, I'll take responsibility for whatever errors or mistakes the department does. Aaralin namin ngayon kung ano ang accountability ng mga staff namin.
Siniguro ng kalihim na gagawin nila ang lahat para hindi na ito maulit. Mas paiigtingin pa raw nila ang ginagawang buwan ng monitoring at inventory ng mga preposition goods. Ang mga produkto mapag-aalamang mag-expire na sa loob ng 3 buwan, ipamamahagi na sa pamamagitan ng mga feeding program. Pinaalalahanan din niya mga tao na huwag nang hukayin pa ang mga binaong expired na relief goods dahil delikadong makalason ito.
Kaya nga natin binary kasi nga it will cost more kapag magkakasakit sila.
Bernadette Reyes, Nakatutok, 24 Oras.
Samantala, sa harap naman ang pinalakas na kampanya ng pamahalaan kontra iligal na droga, itinatayo na ngayon ng isang malaking drug rehabilitation center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay sa Nueva Ecija. Sa oras na matapos ito, inaasahang kaya nitong mag-rehabilitate ng nasa 10,000 pasyente. Ang pagpapatayo ng naturang rehab center, eksklusibong nasilip ng aming team. Narito ang report ni Julius de Samboron.
Ongoing na ang pagpapatayo ng rehabilitation center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay sa Palayan City, Nueva Ecija. Eksklusibong nasaksihan ng PTV News ang paggawa sa rehab center pati ang pagdadala ng mga materyales.
Ito mismo ang construction site ng tinaguriang Mega Rehab Center sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay. Ayon sa mga ulat, sakaling matapos ito ay makakapag-accommodate ito ng 10,000 pasyente. Ang pagtatayo nito ay batay na din sa naging kautusan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte na magkaroon ng mga rehab centers ang bawat military bases.
Batay sa mga naunang pahayag ng Pangulo, katuwang ng bansa na magtatayo nito ang bansang China. Sa pinakahuling congressional hearing naman, sinabi ng mga tauhan ng Department of Health na ang konstruksyong ito ay tugon sa maigting na pangangailangan kasabay ng kampanya kontra illegal na droga. Para naman kay 7th Infantry Division spokesperson Catherine Hapin-Hubas, malaki ang maitutulong o kontribusyon ng maitatayong rehab center na ito.
Of course, ang rehab center maganda naman yung purpose nito, no. Ang aim nito ay to lessen of course those and help yung mga naging drug dependents. Mababawasan nito yung violence, of course, yung mga lawless na mga ginagawa ng mga tao. And marami na yung makakalaya mula dun sa pagka-dependent nila sa drugs.
Agosto nang magsimula ang konstruksyon ng rehab center at tinatayak nasa 10 ektaryang lupain ang inalat dito sa loob ng Fort Magsaysay.
Kami ay nagbigay ng lupa dito sa loob ng kampo. Kami ay mag-aalat din ng dagdag na seguridad para sa pasilidad na ito.
Sa datos ng Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, aabot na sa 3.7 milyon ang drug users. Higit 30,000 ang inaasahang sasailalim sa inpatient treatment. Umaasa naman si Health Assistant Secretary Elmer Punzalan na sa buong bansa ay makakamit ang target na magkakaroon ng at least isang drug rehabilitation center kada probinsya. Ilang rehabilitation centers din ang nakatakdang itayo sa lalawigan ng Bohol at Capiz. May inilaan din naman ang DOH na 5 milyong piso para sa bawat regional hospital at treatment rehab centers na gagamitin sa early facilitation.
Dagdag na nyo, yung lang makikita mo yung ulo, yung bunga na lang yung makikita mo.
Umalo ng pangatlo. Patay tinudol kami ng umano yung bumira sa amin, yung 3 puno ng nyug.
Yung bumigay na yung bahay, yung foundation niya, so nadala na siya ng Agos.
Tapos napansin namin, parang yung namin, yung bahay, gumagano na, parang bumabagsak na. Akala namin, tumataas lang talaga yung tubig. Hindi pala, yung bahay namin collapse na.
Bigla na lang nawasak agad yung pinalalagyan namin.
Ubos kami lahat. Nasira kasi yung division eh.
Nagkumpangalak ng baboy, panganay ako. Pagkapot ko, wala mga kapot kayo, makusa naman ng tubig. Kaya mamatay lot ako. Maubos lahat kayo, maubos.
Naglanguyan na kami. Tapos yung hangin, sobrang lakas. Hindi mo matiis yung ulan na parang tumutusok sa balat mo. Parang kumahampas talaga sa samahan pa ng tubig, yung mga kahoy, gili parang yero.
Inakyat ko na naman sila sa beam. Yung beam na pa, ganun doon. Doon sila nakatungtong na.
Ayun, na lang kami, naghanap na lang kami ng mga bagay na pwede naming mahawakan. Tapos yun, naghiwa-hiwalay na kami, yung mga anak ko naghiwa-hiwalay kami na, wala na. Sabi ko, bahala na lang, iligtas nyo na lang yung mga sarili nyo. Maski hindi nyo kaya makita, basta iligtas nyo yung mga sarili nyo.
Tapos yung anak kong buntis sumigaw, na malulunod na siya, pinuntahan ko, linangoy ko. Napunta siya sa labas at saka yung apo ko. Hinahawakan ko silang dalawa, na yung liig ko ng malaking punong kahoy, dumaan. Hindi naman ako yung isang kamay ko, yung isa hindi na rin makagalaw. Binitawan ko silang dalawa. Tapos lumubog ako, hindi na ako makaahon, hindi na ako makaangat kasi kahoy yung nasa ulo ko. Kahit sa pag mga ganun ako, kahoy.
6 na beses ako mapailalim, ikapito, lumitaw ako. Hindi ko na alam kung paano yung panganay na anak ng bunso ko.
Doon kami hawak na ng pam niya. So, doon, medyo nagtagal kami doon.
Alas 11, yung tubig bumaba na.
2 minutes lang ata yung tubig eh. Wala akong marinig na, hangin na lang malakas.